because PCR analyzers was touted to be significantly more accurate than a culture was. But then it took a long time to get test results back, so not a lot of people were using PCR. But Thermo Fisher developed a little miniature one that we could install in a physician's practice, and then we could get them licensed with the state and stuff like that, so they could run their own tests. And so I was just doing tons of those things for infection testing. So, and we had been doing it for years before COVID ever came out. I'm like, well, let's just run it. And so we started running it on those things, and it was identical to just the common flu on a normal PCR analyzer.
Right.
And then we started getting word like you were from China that just everything was shutting down. Everything was shutting down. They were even sending us pictures, and they'd send us pictures of how bad it was. You don't believe us? What? Look at this. And they'd email us pictures on WhatsApp, and he literally showed the guy I was working with over there and a girl their home residence where they lived. And it was a long street of just townhouses, just a facade of townhouses, nothing like we'd hear, just flat front buildings, and they'd have a sidewalk and then a street, just no front yards, no nothing. Right. Just a wall of townhouses. Chain link fences being put up by the cops. So literally you could walk out 3 feet out your front door and there'd be a chain link fence there.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying.
There
were other places where they were welding people in, like they had.
Well, they were chaining them in there, right. And they'd chain them in there, and they could only get out certain times of the day, and they'd have to go straight to work or straight home. And once they're in at night, they'd literally come down the streets and padlock everybody in. They were literally chained at home, and they showed pictures of people after people after people just standing at these fences like they're in a cage where they couldn't go out into the streets, and said, right. This is my home. This is what we're dealing with right now.